Streaming throughout the years has changed drastically. From VHS and CDs to Netflix and Hulu, this evolution of streaming platforms has allowed people to watch all different kinds of shows and movies. Because of this, I've watched a variety of different shows, including action shows like The Flash, The Walking Dead, Supernatural, Castle, The Mandalorian, The Boys, Peaky Blinder, Sherlock, and Narcos. Comedies like Trailer Park Boys, Community, Big Mouth, Rick and Morty, Park and Recs, BoJack Horseman, Friends, and How I Met Your Mother, and others like Psych, You, House of Cards, Riverdale, Last Chance U, Grey's Anatomy, All American, Shameless, Stranger Things, and much, much more. I couldn't have watched the entirety of Game of Thrones in a month and Breaking Bad in 2 weeks without modern day streaming platforms. Some of you may be wondering where I find all the time to watch these shows. Well, a lot of late nights and a strong will. In most of the shows I've watched, you can find some sort of lesson, whether it's obvious or not. One thing that all shows have in common is character development. This isn't possible without supporting characters. My biggest support comes from my parents and siblings. Mom and dad, from early morning car rides growing up to early Saturday morning breakfast, you guys have always been there for me. Thank you. Charlie and Lucy, you both push me to do my best, and that's probably why I'm the best athlete in the family. Thank you. I love you all. Another set of important characters are my brothers here at STA. You guys have probably been the biggest influence on my development. Thank you guys for everything. We've been through a lot, so let's finish this year out strong. One important lesson I learned comes from my favorite show, The Office. The Office is about a branch of a small paper company called Dunder Mifflin. The show follows immature manager Michael Scott, rival salesman Jim Halpert and Dwight Schrute, shy receptionist Pam Halpert, and a plethora of other characters. The most important lesson I've learned from the Dunder Mifflin work crew is that roles change. Jim becomes a husband and a father, Dwight becomes assistant regional manager twice, and Pam becomes a mother and a wife. Very rarely do you start something in one role and remain in that position for the duration of that activity or job. For example, my sophomore year, I started most of the regular cross season at the face-off position, but after 7 or 8 games, I was switched out and became a backup. After a long season, we finally made it to state. This meant we had to slim down the roster to 24 men. I assumed that I'd make the spot because of the work that I did throughout the season, but I fell short. Devastated by the news, I wanted to quit. I didn't want to be on a team that I wasn't going to play for. Coach Marks noticed this, and during practice, he pulled me aside. He told me that my new role on the team was to show support on the sidelines and play scout during practice. This helped a lot. It felt good to know that what my role on the team was from then on. We finished the season fourth in state, the best finish in school history. Sometimes you find a new favorite from a recommendation from a friend. Danny McFadden recommended that I watch Gossip Girl, and my sister recommended Vampire Diaries. I was skeptical of these shows at first because they sounded like girly shows, but they kind of are. But that brings me to my point. Don't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, a show by its name. Looking at St. Thomas Academy, you see rigorous classes, an intimidating military department, and of course, the lack of girls. Starting out here, I thought it'd be endless amounts of work and no fun. But after attending the school for 6 years, I now see how beneficial these things were for me. The difficult classes have prepared me for college. The military department has taught me discipline and has given me several opportunities to show my leadership skills. And the all boys environment has given me more fun and memories than I could have ever imagined. These shows have taught me not to be afraid to try new things because of the way they seem or look. Quarantine gave me the opportunity to watch a show called 6 Feet Under. This fictional HBO series follows two brothers, Nate and David, after they are left with a funeral home following the death of their father. One quote from the series did stand out to me. After the death of her aunt, a client asks, "Why do people have to die?" To which Nate replies, "To make life important. None of us know how long we got, which is why we got to make each day matter." We are living in very difficult times. We shouldn't take things for granted. Yes, being in school is hard sometimes, but we get to see each other every day, play sports together, laugh together, and learn together. Think of your family and friends. Think of your family and friends. You might be mad or frustrated at them sometimes, but at least you have them, especially when you're feeling down or depressed. So, I ask you to take the time to thank your supporting characters and realize the things that you're grateful for. Thank you, and God bless.